Taurus, how you getting on? So as life as it stands, we're pretty much just doing whatever date it is that I'm doing the readings. I'm putting them out as soon as the date comes out, and we're changing up just slightly for the rest of this month. But as it stands, Taurus, you can watch this as a Life Path 5 or a Sagittarius placement. So obviously you can watch the Sagittarius readings also, okay, but also as a Life Path 5, okay. So Taurus, let's see what you've got coming up from the 1st until the 7th as a you versus them for Taurus. So Virgo energy, Life Path 9, possible Virgo energy here also for a lot of you. So like worried, anxious, but in a relationship more than likely, but I'm worried about the relationship and I'm worried about you. Someone here is just generally worried about a person. I'm hearing, well, I'm always worried about you. What's the matter now? So someone is possibly losing sleep over something, okay, losing sleep. I'm also hearing like sleep over, like can I sleep over because I'm worried about something and I want to sleep over. So is it around like you say you have children and they want to sleep over? I don't know because I keep hearing sleep over. Taurus, are you versus them from the 1st until the 7th of December for Taurus? Ace of Cups. So some of you are physically in a relationship here, but you're just worried about it. But there's something on your mind that's plaguing your mind, like over and over again. Now, it doesn't have to be the person. It can just be something that's internal, because I'm picking up it's me that's worried. I am worried about something. But generally, in a relationship is really what I'm picking up. But just like a slight amount of being anxious. It could be paranoia, could be anxious, could be anxiety for a lot of you. Anxiety could be dreaming and stuff like that, but anxious, Angus. I'm also hearing Icarus or Angus. Let's see. Taurus from the 1st to the 7th of December. 6 of Pentacles. See, I'm not really picking up too... If I'm honest, Taurus, I'm really not picking up on too many messages for you. I'm picking up on self-diagnosis. Trying to diagnose something. Okay, it could be a mental illness because it could be tablets, hospitals, doctors, and it can also be parents. And it can be things at work, like I'm working 9 till 5. Okay, it could be a hospital, nurse, doctors, all that kind of stuff. Work there or need to go there. Okay. But I'm also hearing, don't even go there. Don't even go there is what I'm hearing. Like, are you okay? Don't even go there. So I don't know what that's for. Fargo, furlough. Some of you it's furlough. Something is, I mean, at the moment, I've got to be honest, there's a new variant. Obviously, everybody's heard about the new variant. And now they're saying that masks are compulsory and that you have to wear a mask and it's a legal requirement. And God knows what else. And that they're on about shutting everything down for Christmas again and everything else. Jen, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine. But like, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm hearing furlough for some. I don't know if work is going to start to get a slightly crazy where you are and there might be looking for extra pieces of money for furlough. Some of you are in a relationship and you're the mother here, or your mother has a paradox energy, meaning they have a Sagittarius or a Taurus placement in the actual family itself, and that means that they would be in this reading. Okay, because this would be a mother and a father. It would mean general care also, like a care facility. So some of you work at a care home, okay, with the elderly, and it's like working the night shift for people that work at hospitals and a care home here for a lot of you, or someone that you know of does, okay. But it could also be a cleaner. I'm also hearing Tina, or a general cleaner. As far as relationship goes, I think you're just in one, okay, but your messages at the moment just seem to be around work, okay, and also possible medical health. This would also be something that is mental health because it's a 9 of Swords, and this would mean mental health, okay, so it means tablets, talking to a counsellor, also going to a counselling session, so on and so forth, and needing to get a prescription that I have and I'm continuing to take, or I am changing my medication and something like that, okay, but medication, okay, so it would be a chemist, okay, so, but it would also come down to what I'm picking up is a self-diagnosis of trying to diagnose what could well be going wrong with me, okay, because there's a thought that something is wrong with me, okay, so you're obviously aware that something is wrong, okay, and then 6 is medicating it, but it is also anything to do with like diet and food as well, okay, so I'm trying to look into my food to see if that has any supplement that would make it worse if there's a mental illness, if food is actually making it worse. So there's an energy of food here, consumption of food, and what foods would that be that could possibly making that any better or worse. There could be an energy of cholesterol here, like some of you are on what I'm on, which is Anvastatin, is it called? Not Simvastatin, Anvastil or something. I don't know what it's called nowadays. But like, yeah, like, so it could be what I'm pretty much starting today, which is the keto diet, stuff like that, because it's all diets and stuff like that. Okay, so some of you are on that, on a healthy diet, trying to eat healthily for a lot of you. I'm not really picking up on anything that is kind of like where the relationship is kind of like struggling. I'm picking up on this side that someone is internally struggling with mental health. Okay, because it can also be calms as well, or Carmel, Mel, Melissa, Maria, Michael, Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie. But like calms, like I need something to calm my nerves. So some of you have got like bad nerves, or you have a nervous kind of situation, like feeling very nervous. And it's something that's trying to calm your nerves down, okay? But I'm also picking up that someone might be taking calms, like herbal remedies in order to sleep. I got the remedy, I got the remedy. So some of you, it could be weed, it could be CBD oil or anything like that. You could be burning the midnight oil. So it could be Virgo, which is 9 here. It could be an oil lamp or something around the dark. Someone doesn't, I mean, I can't stand sleeping in the dark. But like Dartford, I'm also hearing Dartford Tunnel, London. Let's see. So show me the other person connected to Taurus, please, from the 1st until the 7th of December. The other person connected to Taurus, please. So there is nothing really wrong here. There's someone that's thinking here. Some of this is just where your mother's, like if it isn't you and you're not a mother, right, but you know you have a paradox energy of someone having that placement. Your mother's in here because you are the child of your mother here, right? So your mother's placement somewhere of this is creating you being in this reading, okay? And if it isn't your children. But, so like there's an energy here of getting some care and affection from a mother, okay? There's also, man, it's just such a plain reading. I'm not picking up any signs of. Show me the other person connected to Taurus, please. The other person connected to Taurus from the 1st until the 7th. 4 of Wands. So like I said, some of you are married, you're in a relationship, you have children together. If you are not married, your parents are, and if you are the son or the daughter of a person, a sibling, you're in a relationship yourself, okay? So your parents are more than likely married or in some kind of like relationship itself, okay? So they don't have to be married, but they're in a long-term standing relationship. Some of you are in a long-term standing relationship already, and you have like children around you, which means it can be from an ex-relationship that has children that live with you here from another marriage. Some of you, I'm hearing another mother from another brother, so your brother is also coming up in your energy. If you have a brother there or sister, they're coming up in your energy this first week. You got Scorpio, Aries here, 4. Talking about twin flame energy also. Provider, the soul provider. I'm also hearing soul mate, but also soul provider, or Sal, Sarah, Steve, Sal, Sally, Sally Ann, Harvey, Sally Ann Harvey. Oh really? God, I used to know a Sally Ann Harvey. Jesus, Sally Ann Harvey, or the name Harvey. Sally Ann Harvey. Anyway, let's see. Show me the other person connected to Taurus, please. The other person connected to Taurus. See, this has been plaguing my readings all month, and now through the weeklies. The High Priestess, not speaking to a twin flame, closing down physically and emotionally. Okay, something that is on one's mind also that is being hidden. So it depends on, like these cards could have well come up already. Like definitely if you have any energy of that was in the last reading, which was Aries. 4s came up. There was 4 cards that came up. Aries / Sagittarius. Aries / Scorpio. They're here. Okay. So, and this card was there also. So it depends on how these are now clarified of it representing the same reading. Show me the other person connected to Taurus, please. The other person connected to Taurus. So it might, yeah, you got 4 again. See, Scorpio, Aries on this side. So there is something going on that is possibly being hidden from this side here. It might be a mother. It could be, like I said, it could be like I'm not speaking to my mother or my father or my ex that I had children with. Okay, Taurus. Because this energy here, there is a twin flame energy here that's going on that is kept a secret because it's personal. This means it's a sacred connection. It's sacred. So it means it's personal, it's private, it's also sacred ground, which means that there are bodies here also, which means that it could be a church, it could be religion, it could be going to, or Mark, the name Mark, religion, or Mark. But we're going to see Mark. So it could be where you're going to see a burial ground, or holly, or bury, but we're going to see where my parents were buried here also. Okay. Also where my parents were married and buried. Holly, Cherry Hinton. Something to do with Cambridge. Cherry Hinton. Yeah, but there's an energy also here that is being kept from another person of a sacred twin flame connection that someone has with someone. And it's private. What's here in private eye? Private Benjamin. This eye keeps coming up, really? This eye, like a private eye. Well, I got one eye in my pocket and one eye giving a high five. Like, I've got one eye on you and one eye on another. So there might be a third energy here. Or it's an energy... What is it about this eye that keeps plaguing my readings at the moment? Like, I spy. I've got one eye on you. The eye of tiger. Something's around Leo or Aquarius placement of 8 somewhere. It's not here, but it's what I'm hearing. I've got an eye on a pussy. I've got my eye on a tiger. Okay, on a tiger's eye. So it might be crystals, the name Crystal, or crystals, and I've got my eye on a tiger's eye, or I've got my eye on a bit of pussy. Yeah. I don't know, because it's like, there's an energy of like being hidden, but I don't know. Like it's a very bizarre one. It's a twin flame. It's a twin flame energy on this side. This is a spiritual connection versus a connection, like an actual connection, and then an actual spiritual connection on this side here that it's coming up. So there could be a third energy, but they don't always have to be, because they can come up as where they're siblings, and I'm not speaking to my mother or my father or my ex. Okay, depends on what circumstance you've got going on. But for some of you, it may well be where there's a situation that is like present relationship, spiritual one. So someone has a relationship and also a spiritual relationship of a twin flame with another, or with a mother. Like, really? That came up in Libra reading, where I have a spiritual relationship with your mother. So, like, if you have, like, kids, right, you're watching this, and you have people that have, like, say you got kids or siblings that have, like, Sagittarius or Taurus, you're coming up as the mother that someone's having an affair with. Yeah, is what I'm hearing. Like, someone's having an affair with my mother, or my father, or Elijah, but the Father, the Son, and the Father, and the Holy Ghost. So I'm hearing, like, someone's having an affair with my mother. My mum's having an affair with my brother or sister, or my lover. Like, I have like a love interest and I'm with someone and they ran off with a family member. Like, they ran off with a brother or a sister or a family member, and they ran off with them. Like, it could be like, say, 2 sisters, and they start dating a guy, and the guy ends up dating one of the sisters, and then they split up and then goes off with the other sister. Something like that is really what I'm hearing. Like, my family member hooked up with my partner. One of my family members ended up hooking up with one of my partners. One of my partners. Okay, how many partners are there here? Partner. My partner in crime. Wow, I'm also hearing, what's his name? Paolo Nutini, Paula Penta, Paolo Nutini, my partner in crime. Okay, there could be crime here. This could be prison for a lot of you. Not you guys, but someone could be like in and out of prison, like they're always in and out of prison, and they're locked away. This person's, because whatever this is a well kept secret, but it could also be someone that's like locked away. You know, we're going to put it under lock and key. Mum's the word. You know, we're not going to say anything about it. Something going on about your mother here, because I'm hearing mum's the word, but that also means look, keep it shut, keep it buttoned. Mum's the word. Let's not ever mention this, right? But there can also be something under lock and key. Okay, so a locksmith, someone that does, like, they have locks and change keys in houses and stuff like that. Some of you, it might be like rent, accommodation, housing, changing housing, lock and key. Who lives in a place like this? Lloyd Grossman. Okay, Lloyd's chemist. This would be a chemist that you're picking up subscriptions from. Cancel my subscription to the Resurrection. This is the Resurrection. Some of you, it's Jim Morrison, Jim, Jelly and Juice and Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, John. Cancel my subscription to the Resurrection. Some of you want to cancel your subscription, anything via multimedia. It might even be my, I don't know, it might even be my Patron, I don't know. But can you cancel my subscription to whatever that is? There might be some energy of subscription. Can also be someone that's seeing a counsellor. That would be a subscription also. Because you've got prescription and then subscription, which means some sign of mental illness. And it might be where it's kept secret, so this is private, which means that there might be counselling, physical marriage counselling or mental health counselling, and this is private, and it's like it's not going anywhere other than between me and you. Like there's nothing else that's, like, you know, it's a private conversation that's going on between people, which means that it can be physical signs of a subscription to like mental health, and it's counselling and stuff that is spoke about that's like hidden deep within one's subconscious energy here, and it's private, it's confidential, it doesn't get spoke of apart from you and a doctor, or unless you bring a partner along. Okay, but whatever it is, it's private and confidential, and it's not being spoke of outside of a group or circle. Okay, so for some of it, it is mental health counselling. Unless you do this for children, like you do this where you or your partner works with clients and stuff, and it's private, a bit like my readings and stuff. They're private, they're confidential. Okay, so it means like, can I speak to you in private? Can I speak to you confidentially? Will this go any further than what it is? Okay, so it would be someone that you trust, that you talk to, where it won't go any further because they won't say it. Okay, so it can really come up as marriage counselling, guidance counselling, spiritual counselling, but also mental health counselling here through anxiety. This would, if this is anxiety and panic attacks, it can be depression. Okay, but it can also be, I don't know, it could be paranoia. Virgos had this quite a bit in their readings. Came up through Aries, which is / Scorpio 4. Okay, and it was around paranoia. Okay, so it's also possibly someone getting help for that, and then it's between the two people, which is 2. Yeah, that's what I have. Because who was it? A Libra. It was the Libra reading that I'd kind of forgot about, and I did it last. And I said, look, you know, there's a lot of jargon, and there was a lot of me talking about one eye and 2 eyes, and which is here. But then I also said, sorry, it's very bitty, but your main message of all I can really pick up is mental health. It was digging into mental health history. That's exactly the same message that's here also. Is mental health, people that are suffering through mental health, that are seeking guidance and help from doctors, taking medication, and also possibly going to counselling and talking about it here. That's what I have so far, but messages changed. You know, that's what I have for you for YouTube. Your main message here is self-diagnosis, finding out what that is, medicating it or looking for medications, thinking about different medications or whether one's working or not, waiting for it to work if you've just started. And then there's also grievant counselling, like bereavement, grieving counselling. Going to see my brief, which will be anything to do with fighting over court related stuff for children. That's here. Going to visit your brief, see your brief briefly. Okay, which is a brief case. So I need to talk to you about my case. Okay, that will also be the case of whatever that is that goes on is a personal defect of anything that is physical in one's head. And that will also be metaphysical connection of a twin flame that is also coming up. But we're going to divulge into all of that over on the full access bundle. So if you want to join Taurus, you're more than welcome, but it will only be the full access bundle. And you can find the video that explains it all below. There will be different things that are happening throughout this month, obviously, because I had so much going on in my life that I also got held behind by having a couple of days off, finally, and then also personal readings that all came through as well, where I just ended up getting so much behind that I can only really do that this month like this, because normally I would do a thoughts and feelings over on Patron for everybody, but I've had to stick with this. So at the moment you've got a 1st until the 7th. If you want to join, you'll get loads more over there. It's the full access bundle. You can find links to literally everything everywhere. Okay, thanks very much, Taurus. I really do appreciate it. Or Sagittarius. And I will see you over on the other side.